face, inshallah, the interactions and struggle on the ground. Inshallah, will share with you soon some of the things. Now, as Adnan Bhai mentioned, I just want to point out one thing on the same note what he mentioned, that it's very standard behavior of Qadiani Murabbis and Qadiani cult. They would initially engage with someone. Why? Just to test the waters. As soon as they realize one thing, pay attention. As soon as they realize one thing in particular, that this person has the knowledge of books of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani and of the main official resources of the cult, such as Al Fadl magazine or Al Badr Akhbar or Review of Religion, etc. etc. So, as soon as they realize this, then they would start creating an exit for themselves. And guess what? Even in terms of creating exit, wallahi, they have a standard technique. What is that? They would say, oh, this person is being disrespectful in this engagement. Oh, this person is using harsh language against Mirza Ghulam Qadiani or our Jamaat leaders. Oh, this person is, we have done the hujjah. We have basically conveyed him the message in the ultimate sense. So there's no need to engage with them anymore. Or they would say that, oh, this person's language is abusive. They are not being respectful in this engagement. I was reading some of the historical debates, like face-to-face debates, which are documented between Muslims and Qadianis. I was surprised that exactly the same behavior. Now, why I'm saying this, that as soon as they realize that this person knows the writings of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani and the Jamaat organs, because they can play their games with the Islamic text. For example, they can play their games with tafasir, they can drop names, they can give this impression that as though as other scholars have said same thing. But as soon as you bring Mirza Ghulam Qadiani into the picture, then they have no defense left. So it's not that in this particular case, no. I would say, for example, look at this one. Initially, they were engaging with, for example, with Amir Haq Bhai on Zaitoon FM, with AK Sheikh, for example, on with their team. But when they realized that, look, Amir Haq Bhai is, alhamdulillah, he's an expert in the books of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, so they started to distance themselves. And even when they distance themselves, they still have the standard technique. What is that? Initially, the big guys will come, and then the big guys would stop coming. Then they would send, quote unquote, the common Ahmadis. They would send them with some questions. They want some sound bites. For example, they would send a common Ahmadi, and then they are in touch with that common Ahmadi, sending him the questions. Why? They want to get some sound bites which they can use in their stream. So subhanallah, this is typical cultish mentality. Typical cultish mentality. And inshallah, Adnan Bhai and myself, we have discussed something about how can we, inshallah, give them a, you can say, a very fair offer, that let's use this fair offer in order to expose, in order to manifest that what is the truth and which side has the arguments based on Quran and Sunnah. Inshallah, I'll discuss with you those options very soon. But now let's inshallah begin our today's presentation, in which I'll share with you. There are many, there are countless maybe, but I will share with you 5 main tactics which they deploy, which they use in these polemics, which they use when they are giving the impression that as though as they are responding to the arguments. And I want all of you, please take your pens and papers, take notes of these things, take screenshots of the main points, and master them. Inshallah, if you know these techniques, whenever you will speak to a Qadiani Murabbi or a cleric, you will immediately realize that which technique he is deploying. So inshallah, I'll give you the counter as well. So how to counter that technique which they will be deploying in a particular situation. Okay, inshallah.